Throwback Thursday. Hey guys, welcome to Isaiah's Reviews. It's Throwback Thursday, and the item I have for Throwback Thursday, none other than, you heard it, the Neato. This is a Neato vacuum cleaner by Neato Robotics. This happens to be the XV21 pet robotic one, and the only thing different from this one is it comes with a pet brush inside as an option and a standard brush, but the pet one has like a silicone brush added onto it to help pick up the hairs and stuff. The cool thing about the Neato robotic vacuum cleaner is it's not like a Roomba that just kind of turns with the brushes and picks up loose debris off the ground. This actually has a vacuum cleaner built inside. It's the world's strongest robotic vacuum cleaner, so they say, and it does a fantastic job. Whenever it comes off its docking station to vacuum, it hits all around the borders of its area. Now it determines that coming out, it's got an X-ray underneath. It's got a laser, up underneath this section here that turns around and kind of gets an idea of the room and of the section that it wants to do first thing. And then it comes off, goes around that area border like twice to get itself kind of down, just like if you were mowing the yard. And then it starts going in line, back and forth, back and forth. And then it goes to the next section, and it keeps going and going and going until it finishes a room. It goes to the next room, the next room. Does great. I have it hooked up in my living room, and it does a hallway, my entire living room, kitchen, and dining room, and goes back to the station. It'll go back to the station and charge, go back out, finish, go back, charge, whatever, ever how many times it takes. It does the job and finishes it. And I have never really been home while it does it. I just come home and it's there back on its charger. I've been at home asleep while it's been going on, and I can barely hear it in the background. But I've never really stood there and watched it the entire time, because that would take like a really long time. But I have it scheduled. It's got a scheduler. It's got a screen. It's on right now. You can see it here. You can actually toggle through. You'll set it up first thing when you get it. Set it up by whatever day you want, whatever time you want it to go. I've got it set Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and at like a time whenever it'd be convenient for me, whenever I wouldn't be there or I would be asleep. If I'm off, I would still be asleep. So I never really know what's going on, but the floor is clean. Whenever it goes back to dock, it kind of can go back and find its docking station. It'll turn around and keep shimmying back until it gets back up to its dock station. It does a great job with like cords, cables, furniture. Does fantastic with furniture and stuff. I have no problem with like scuffing of it, like going too hard, ramming too hard into something. It's really gentle around stuff. Every once in a while, like very rare, when I get a new piece of furniture or something, it may get stuck somewhere, but you realize like how to move. Maybe you got to tweak how far you have something placed so it can get in there and not get wedged away from it. Also, it comes with like magnet strips so that you can hide those in different places and it will not cross in that path, which is a nice thing. But my model is the Neato XV21, the pet one. Now they have like a Pro series and different series, an entry level one and all that. They're pretty close to the same. The firmware is updatable, so they have updates for that. You just plug up into it, upload the firmware into it. It's kind of simple, not very difficult at all. It's one of those things that I highly recommend. I've had it for years. It's done a great job. I've had to replace the battery once. Inexpensive, aftermarket. They make them, I think Mike's something or another. I got that battery from it on Amazon. Pretty inexpensive, really cheap there. Emptying the bin, you want to make sure to empty the bin out. When you do, it collects more than you thought you had because it's running. Mine runs 3 days a week, and I'm like, man, I ain't even been home. Where's it pulling this trash out of? It comes with a filter. Now, the pet filter is like a HEPA filter, the accordion style, smashed up looking filter. You can get the flat ones for it or whatever you want. That's cheap. You can buy them in bulk. What I normally do after I dump the trash out, I'll get my vacuum cleaner and the wand brush attachment there. I'll take and really vacuum out that filter. And it looks good as new after that, and I slap it back on, and I've been using that same filter forever with no problems at all from it. Their customer service is awesome. I've had one issue to where my wheel locked up on one side, wouldn't really turn. I contacted them. They had no questions asked, like, hey, what's your address? I was completely out of the warranty. They were like, what's your address? Sent me a brand new one. I sent that one back. I mean, I was blown away by the customer support. Because of that, I'll probably end up being a lifetime purchaser of their products, and I've told... There's probably been at least half a dozen people that's bought this thing because of me. I speak highly of it, and I hope this gets out to you guys and you realize, hey, there's actually a good product. There's a good company that stands behind their product, available and out there. I couldn't imagine living without this thing. If something happened to it, it's one of those products I would definitely run and leap and buy as soon as possible. I still use a vacuum. I've got an Electrolux canister vacuum. I still use that like monthly, but this thing... really does the job of getting debris, everything. I mean, the only thing that it lacks, I will say this, versus the Roomba. Roomba has a side turning bristle that does a good job of grabbing and scooping stuff from the sides. This kind of leaves about a 1/4 inch or so away that it can't get against like the baseboards and stuff. But I personally don't believe that's a big deal whenever you see how much stuff this thing actually picks up. Anyway, that's my throwback item. Throwback Thursday item is the Neato from Neato Robotics. Search those guys. I'll have a link to their... oh, and they're inexpensive. Sorry, I forgot to tell you the price. I think brand new right now, let me... on Amazon, the one that I have is $2.99 with free shipping. I've seen them go as low as like $250 to $200 for refurbished. My original one was purchased was refurbished, and I, only had that one problem, but was a known problem, and they replaced it for free. I highly, super, mega recommend Neato by Neato Robotics. This has been another Isaiah's Reviews. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, like, subscribe, and share this to all your social sites. That helps get me to places I can't get to on my own, and I really do appreciate that, and I can't wait to see you again here on Isaiah's Reviews.